Charlie426, and today we have the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive HG Tall Strike Gundam Glitter. Now, as you just heard, that's not the best name that a mobile suit or kit can have. But once again, this mobile suit or this kit is not from the main anime series that we saw, but it's actually from a side story manga of Build Fighters. Now I say side story, but it's more like the manga kind of based on the meijins past. When I mean meijin, the meijin we saw in the anime, who used like the amazing camphor, the amazing red warrior stuff. So this manga was actually more talking about his past when he was a more young kid. And this kid is not actually used by him, but is used by his friend named I believe his name was Satsuki Toru, and he was the main character that kind of influenced the Meijin to become like who he is today. And yeah, this is his kit, assumably the last like variant he made, because if you see, I only seen like the first part of the manga, and as a kid he was mostly using the Strike Gundam only. Yeah, so as you can see, the base kit of this is like based on the Strike Gundam, and the good part is that this thing is based on the actual new version of the Strike Gundam, or should I say Aile Strike Gundam. So mostly like those who built that kit should have like similar articulations, but since I don't actually have that kit or never reviewed it, this is going to be a full-fledged review of it. So as usual, let's go on with the review now. As my usual, like how I do my reviews, we're gonna talk about like components first. So what you get, of course, is the kit itself. I'm not gonna like repeat saying its name because it's kind of hard to remember. So I'm gonna put it back there. And let's see what you're supposed to get. Now, first of all, you get the Aile Strike pack. I believe this is the exact same Aile Strike pack, but in a different color scheme. So instead of black, we get blue, I believe. Or I could be wrong, but please let me know. Because as far as I know, it definitely looks exactly the same. I haven't actually checked the manual, but yeah. Here we have the Now, this is a very interesting weapon. I'm not sure, like, it's called the Glimmering Glitter Rebs. And I believe this is why we got the name Glitter from in the name, because it doesn't really mean. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the manga yet that actually shows this mobile suit or kit, but I don't think it really. The glittering refers to like actual like sparkle glitter. It could have like a different meaning. Even according to the manual description, the word tall in the name is actually meant for not actually for alliteration tall, but actually an exaggerated expression of saying great or greater, so something like that. So you get two of these. The reason I took these out is because I want to show the articulation at full, because if I have everything on the kit, it really gets hard for me to like even touch or carry the kit. And for weapons, we only get very, very basic weapons. First of all, you get short pistols. You get short pistols. You get two of these. I have one here. The other one is on the hand, so I can save time. And you get two beam saber effects, which one goes onto the beam saber handles that are on the Aile Strike pack, which is two, or on the short pistols, we can attach the beam saber effect on here, which is pretty good, if you ask me. So that's that. So that's what we get in basic. And for the stickers, yes, we get some stickers, but the ones on the bottom are very like okay. They're not that big of a problem. But for the wings on the Aile Strike pack, you're supposed to use these red stickers. I went on ahead and used some metallic red on it, and I think it worked pretty well. But I might need to repaint some of the part because while painting it, the one I was currently using at first kind of blew up, so everything got messy. I cleaned up as much as possible, so this wing is actually done clean, but this one you can see like these random smudges on it. So yeah, don't ask how it blew up. It just happened. And for the rest of the areas, I will mention where the stickers goes. Obviously, this one's the eye, so I think that's pretty much self-explanatory. Okay, that's that, and some leftover polycaps. Yeah, actually a good amount. Well, technically you get two polycaps or two polycap plates. You use the first one. You use almost everything on the first one. This one is you only use two. So yeah, good thing. And once again, mostly like 80% of the premium Bandai kits always comes with leftover parts, and yeah, I'm here to show you guys that. So first of all, here are the ones that I cut off, and here are the ones that are still on their plate. Now once again, I haven't built or bought the Strike Gundam, so I could be missing like a few details when explaining these kind of parts. Now first of all, these parts I cut off, I have no idea where they're supposed to go. I mean, they look like thrusters, so they're either for like the legs or like backpack. That's the only guess I can think of. So that's that. We get now. I believe this one is the original body chest section for the original Strike Gundam, because as far as I know, that definitely looks different. So yeah, and then we get the feet. Yeah, I believe these are the original feet instead of blue. And then we get these parts, which this one looks like the front skirt. The front skirt of the Strike Gundam. This looks like the knee section of the original, and then this looks like the feet of the original. Top feet, I believe. And then here we go. We get some. Is it? Yeah, I think it's this way. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, and here we go. We have the shield part. Now, yeah, this is the front part. Now, you don't actually get the full parts to actually make the shield, because you do get these two parts, but I believe you need another like red piece on top of this, and you don't get that piece. And then, yeah, for the yellow plate, yeah, this is for the shield. This one I have no idea. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm kind of getting confused right now, but I believe this is either for the um original Strike Gundam, because I don't really. Yeah, this is actually for the original Strike Gundam. I keep forgetting that it actually had a extra yellow fin on top of the head, and you have the shield part. So that's that. At first, I thought that was like, hey, isn't this from the amazing like Freedom or Strike Gundam? And I just realized that. So you get the shield, you get the feet protector section. These parts, I think these are the shoulder parts, but I believe you're missing like those gray pieces, so I got confused. But yeah, these look like the shoulder parts. You get almost everything of the original head, almost, with a few exceptions, because you're using it on the kit as well, and you actually still get the V fin. So yeah, definitely, if you get this, you have some extra opportunities or motives to like customize or use these for customs. So that's that for like your leftover parts. Now let's get on to the review. Okay, now let's go on. I'm gonna zoom back in a little bit, and then let's go to the head. Now, some parts I think for the stickers looks very obvious, but as just in case, I will point them out. And I wish my camera could like focus. Okay, there we go. Right off the bat, the shoulders here are stickers, the front parts. Same goes to the back section, and I believe there's no sticker on the back of the head. But there is stickers on, well, obviously for the eyes, and behind this red piece there is another camera sticker on the head. I just want to mention that. And then for the head, it's pretty good. It can go down that much, up that much, and then 360 twist should be possible if you force your way around. But once again, I would not recommend this because the neck section is the neck polycap thing that we that we see a lot in kits. So there we go. And then the main shoulders are as ball joints, so the ball joints go into the main body that has a polycap inside to take that ball joint. So the movement of the shoulders is pretty okay. It can go forward and backward that much, and then the arms can go almost 90 degrees. Because of this section, it's kind of blocking the way, but the arm itself is very stiff, especially the top section. But you have your typical 360 twist, and then you have a double jointed bend. And I believe this section is the whole that if this thing had a shield, you will attach it here. Okay, maybe this was a bad example. Here is the actual bend. There we go. Yeah, so that's the bend of the arm, and your typical ball jointed hands. Also, this part, which you connect the glitter rebs, is this part, and this thing has a lot of movement, so you can move about 180 degrees on this section right over here, without anything on it, of course. Okay, let's look at the main body. The body section, as I mentioned, the chest section is different because you have this white piece going on and this yellow section, I believe. So ab crunch non-existent, because the main thing on top of the waist section, there's a peg, and you attach a polycap ball joint onto that peg, and then that's how you connect it. Well, technically there is like a small ab crunch, but once again, it's not that much, or it could be just mine being extremely stiff, so it's really hard to tell. Yeah, because when I was building this kit, I was kind of worried if I was going to break something, because everything was stiff. And then, since it's on a polycap ball joint, a 360 twist on the waist is possible. And let's get the backpack. There's where you connect the main Aile Strike pack, and there's the booster. The back skirt does not move at all, and you have these black stickers on it. the waist section, you can flap them a little bit like that, and then the front skirt comes in a single piece, but it is in that fashion where you can divide them if you want to do so, and these blue sections are actually separate pieces. And interestingly enough, these black sections on the waist section or the crotch section is actually a black sticker. This one, these two things. So yeah. And then the legs, if it weren't for the this is how the front side skirts connect. But if it weren't for the side skirts, you could go 90 degrees to the side, but oh well. You can go 90 degrees to the front, and then double jointed bend, and you do have a side swivel going on here, and you have your typical ball jointed feet as usual. Alright, and other than the stickers, you have these green sections on the knee, and then these yellow ones on the feet guard, I believe, or ankle guard. And I think that's pretty much it for the stickers, if I remember correctly. The only things I forgot to mention are the ones on the weapon. This blue sticker on the pistol. Alright, now we've seen the basics of the articulation. Now let's look at the equipment. Now, I think I'm going to start with the You know what? Actually, no. Let's go with these glittering glitter revs. So these things don't have much articulation. You can move these fins for some reason. These wings do not move at all, and you have this part which you connect to the shoulders. You connect these, and there you go. You have one section here, and because of you can move this section up and down like this, about 90 degrees angle, and then thanks to the shoulder connection, which can actually move like 180 degrees, this thing has a very good, pretty much free movement going on here. And let's okay, also you have the beam saber hilt, which actually does work. You can just attach the beam saber effect part, and there you go. You have the beam sabers, and then just plug it in. Yeah, I should mention that this thing does not come with like trigger fingers. These are the multi-purpose hands. Only two hands, so that's why I didn't actually mention like what kind of hands you get or how many hands you get. Okay, now we have that one. I think I should attach the other one onto the side. So these things are actually, they might get in the way time to time, but once again, you can move them freely as you want. And I forgot to mention, these are like wireless controlled weapons, so they're like sort of like funnels, but not the typical funnels that we usually see. But yeah, you can see this is like a moving core fighter lookish design, and these could be used in multiple ways. Could be used as weapons and shields and yada yada. Anyway, for the strike pack, you have the main connector here. Everything's so blue. This part I believe is a ball joint. Yeah, no, is it? No, this is not a ball. Sorry about that. I got confused with something else. This part is just a peg, but since there's a polycab inside here, you do have a little bit of movement side to side, and as about like more than 90 degree move over here. These red sections on the parts are all separate pieces, except for the ones on the wings, because those are supposed to be stickers, separate pieces. And you can move the beam saber connection hilt point like this, because I believe like when it's not on the most, it's like in this position on the skyscraper, I believe, or sky grasper. I forgot what the exact name is, but yeah. Other than that, there's no other moving points. Well, the wings you can actually fold if you want to do so, like that. So the wings go not exactly 90 degrees to the ground, but yeah. And then just connect it using that single peg, and it's a very, very firm and tight connection, so just be careful not to break it. The main peg, I mean. And there you go. Well, you have the Aile Strike pack. Of course, the moment you attach the Aile Strike pack, you do want to get an action base. Now, for some miraculous reasons, it's able to stand on its own, which I failed multiple times while taking pictures, but yeah. Most of the time it's going to be extremely back heavy, as you can see, so definitely have the action base if you're planning to actually put this like on display. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the review. Once again, this is a very high quality kit. I mean, except for the Aile Strike wings, the color separation is very superb, and the fact that you get some leftover pieces from the original Strike Gundam that's definitely an extra bonus to thing to have. And it also has one of those unique weapons that we don't really typically see, having a shot pistol, like having a beam pistol that can actually attach the beam saber effect parts onto it. So definitely pick this up if you're a big fan of the Strike Gundam, or you just like the way how this looks in general. Once again, sorry for like the late review. This is not my latest review of Premium Bandai kits. I'm very late for this one because the moment I received this kit, I had a ton of stuff going on with me. Anyways, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive HG Tall Strike Gundam Glitter. You may not like the name, but you might like the actual kit itself. So once again, thank you for watching the review. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more kits to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.